What's going on? Oh, you gonna be mad us tonight? Oh, I got some bad news.
What happened?
You know me, I always do some reflective thinking. I always like to think about the conversations that I have because I understand even though I feel like I could be right, I could still be wrong.
Yeah.
Tom Brady is not the greatest quarterback that ever played the game. Yeah, he's actually number 3 on my list.
Well, that's not bad.
You know what I'm saying? And you might not like who he behind.
Oh hell.
You might not like who he behind. I definitely got him behind Joe Montana.
Okay, Joe.
Mm-hmm. And then I got him behind the original TB12.
The original TB12.
Yeah, the original TB12.
Yeah, Bradshaw.
Yeah, and I can open up the show and give proof, data, why he ain't number 1 out of them 3.
That's my job to get no buy-in, man.
8, 13, 20, 20.
I do it for the players. I have the players.
Oh, I got all your background.
Get the damn ball. Get the
Anyway, 8, 13, 20, 20. It is officially timestamped that Tom Brady was not the GOAT. Now, I'm willing to give Marlo a pass because, he had just became a Buccaneer. You know how Marlo feel about his Buccaneers. He jumped right out the window. So, as soon as that press conference was over, he put the pom-poms on.
And supposed to.
Hey, they opened up the Brinks truck for Chris Godwin. How we feel about that?
It's due. He didn't get blood, sweat, and tears to him.
So, but anyway, so we're waiting on Charity Phillips, the CEO and founder of BU Gamers. I am hopefully again that she makes it in. Otherwise, in the meantime, we got some stuff to run down. Alabama State won a play-in game. Amazing season. Then they ran into Auburn today. And pretty much for the first half, Auburn was being Auburn and Alabama State was taking advantage. But Auburn had a size advantage and an All-American and possibly a Player of the Year. So what normally happens when it comes down to matchups, and Auburn wins. I am not convinced Auburn makes it to the Final Four now. And my bracket may be in shambles. What am I talking about? Clemson, bracket in shambles. High Point winning. Bracket is in shambles. So, there's that. Also, in other news, Jeff Fisher, man, is reported to have accepted the head coach position at Tennessee State. Breaking news. Sources tell Keith Friedman that former Rams and Titans head coach Jeff Fisher will accept the head coaching position at Tennessee State. He would take over for his former player, Eddie George. I don't know how old Jeff Fisher is, for one.
He old. He's old.
He's 67 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And in light of 73-year-old Bill Belichick being at North Carolina and sending pizzas to dorms, and frat houses, I guess this is right on par. Now, is this a safe space?
It is.
Jeff Fisher is not, based on his career and his coaching of black quarterbacks, Jeff Fisher would not have been the first thought to come to mind. But Tennessee State is in a crunch. They are tightening their budgets, basically tightening their waist, and it's going to be difficult to find good coaches. So I would assume that this is I don't want to say a favor, but somebody knows somebody, and Jeff was like, yeah, I'll help out. Because this is probably more of an interim basis unless I see otherwise. So Jeff coaching Tennessee State, if this is the stop the bleeding of all the players hitting the portal, this might do it. But right now, the floodgates are open with those players hitting the portal. So, but TP, how your bracket doing?
Oh, I don't even want to talk about that.
It's that time of year already. Yeah, I don't want to talk about the bracket. Yeah,
I'm after day one.
When baseball start?
It's every year though. Every year is something that go on. You just gotta get lucky.
But I did say Creighton was gonna shoot the lights out. I did call that one.
Every time, and I'm talking about Creighton was shooting from damn near the logo.
But I told you what they was gonna do.
I was like, push up on them, but if you push up on them, you giving up the back door.
But honestly, the only one that really blew it was McNeese State beating Clemson. That's the only game that I didn't have right.
I didn't have
because
that.
I had Gonzaga beating Georgia. I had Houston dominating. I didn't know they would beat them by almost 40. I said 25. Remember we was talking about it? I said I give them 25. They beat them by almost 40. That game got ugly. BYU took care of business against Virginia Commonwealth. Wisconsin, almost 20 points. Excuse me. The game I want to see, and I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think, is the Grand Canyon versus Maryland game. I think Maryland can. I think Grand Canyon gonna stick with them boys. Don't be surprised if they beat them.
Like everybody got this indictment of the SEC. Let me tell you something. There is an indictment of the ACC right now in this tournament as we speak. Clemson losing to McNeese State as a 5 seed, and listen, 12-5s always lose. That's not shocking.
Yeah, 12-5.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those 12 seeds are conference champions.
Yeah.
And a lot of the 5 seeds didn't even make their conference championship game.
Which is the case with Clemson. But
exactly.
Clemson, dear Father God, like you said, VCU and BYU, I knew they was going to get past that. Again, another ACC team, though, the Louisville-Creighton game. Louisville is a conference runner-up. They had no shot in that game at all.
Oh,
I don't know what they was doing, but they had no shot in that game. Utah State kicks off at 9:25 Eastern. Omaha State takes off at 9:45. San Diego and Michigan at 10 o'clock. What are we doing? Texas Tech is playing at 10:10. NCAA, what are we doing? I've been up all day. Y'all started this shit at 1 o'clock. I've been up all day watching basketball. I'm going to be trying to hang on to watch games past my bedtime. And my bracket already busted. I ain't had
early today.
I ain't had a perfect bracket since.
That's what we're talking about. Clemson ruined every bracket. I don't know how many people had Clemson losing.
I did.
To McNeese State.
I did.
What about Yale beating A&M? They only down by 6.
I got Yale beating A&M.
Oh, you got them beating them? Oh, okay. We're gonna see how that plays out.
He got an upset bracket.
I got the upset bracket. I told you I meant to tell you that was gonna happen right there.
Doc is Bob at the water cooler that be bragging about. Yeah, I made it clean through the weekend, and then you go to his desk and just knock all his shit over.
Boy, I'll crash out like a motherfucker.
I mean, there's some games though, because we got the ones that's on right now. There's games on as we speak. Arkansas versus Kansas. That's the close. That's about an even matchup you're gonna get. I think Drake might pull it out versus Missouri. The game is still early though. It's only 10 minutes in. They got a little lead. And Tennessee should beat the doors off of Wofford. I didn't think they'd be within 20 points. They down by 12 right now.
See, the thing about it is, do they get out of the second round?
Who?
If Tennessee win this game, they make it a little bit further.
If Tennessee gets out of this round, they should make it to March 28th versus Kentucky. And Kentucky will go ahead and take care of business.
I might think Kentucky won't beat them.
You don't think they'll beat them?
Kentucky kind of struggled this year, but because it's the first year. Mark Pope ain't the first year head coach, but it's his first year at Kentucky. Like you got to try to get. You got to get that. Kentucky has been so used to having Calipari as the head coach for like the last 15 years.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Like just like when Kentucky they transitioned from Tubby Smith.
Yeah.
They went from Tubby Smith to Patino. I mean not Patino, but to Calipari. And it took them trying to get over Tubby because remember Tubby won a national championship when he was the head coach. Patino, it took them to get Patino out that system back in the mid-90s because he won a national championship as a head coach in Kentucky.
Yeah.
So just look at things like that. But this tournament this year is crazy. I just look at it to where I'm looking at it like with Alabama State kind of exploiting Auburn early in the first half. This is a Bruce Pearl team. He don't get past the second round or the Elite Eight, or the Elite Eight, or Sweet 16.
No way I got 4 losses. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 losses.
Sound about right.
My rank on the ESPN app is 14.3 million. There are 14.2 million people in front of my bracket.
Look at my bracket because I signed up with Pooh Bear from Golden Boot.
Oh, but I got to get them on the podcast. I keep saying I got to get them on the podcast. Listen, when you do the podcast only 2 times a week, the month go by fast. And I don't even realize it be going that fast.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you. But yeah, I got 4 losses. It is what it is. So while we're hoping Charity Phillips comes in, I haven't seen anything saying that she wasn't gonna make it, but we will carry on. If she sends us the update, I will update everybody. But as of right now, she has not shown up, and I will update the thumbnail for the rebroadcast. So, first bit of shocking news today: ex-Michigan coach Matt Weiss, hope he's not related to Charlie, has been indicted on 24 federal charges, including unauthorized computer access and aggravated identity theft. Weiss is accused of hacking into personal and medical record accounts over 150,000 student athletes nationwide, primarily targeting female athletes to access intimate digital photos and videos. The alleged activities spanned from 2015 to 2023.
What did I say earlier?
Drop him on
I
his
said
head.
that motherfucker need to be dropped on his head.
Like it's
You sound like a creep.
That's some. I wouldn't say a Sandusky type shit, but that's what it sounds like.
And
it's like a form of soliciting, and yeah, when it involves you using your position, you're wrong.
And then as we continue the men behaving badly train, reports out of Stanford, head football coach Troy Taylor, why his name got to be Troy, has been sent a warning letter and basically put on probation because he has belittled and bullied his staffers, mainly female employees. I don't advocate violence much.
He need to be dropped on his head too. Twice.
Sometimes you just gotta let them young ladies' brothers come on campus and handle their business, so they don't have to deal with that no more. Just sometimes, and not all the brothers and cousins, because some of the brothers and cousins, they don't come to fisticuffs. They be bringing them things, so you gotta limit who get to regulate stuff in the family.
I'm about to say, I'm from Texas. We shooting. Me and TP from Texas. We shoot first, and then we gonna answer your questions later.
So I saw a post earlier. Man arrested after killing 8 gang members after finding out they raped his sister.
Oh, it's on the pop.
Again,
that's street justice. You do the crime, you got to be ready for consequences wherever they come from. Do I agree with how he did it? Fuck yeah, because if that was my sister, I'm doing the same thing.
I'm doing the same shit. I got
like,
two
what
of
do you mean? Like,
bro,
what do you mean?
Bro, I got two blood related sisters, and I got a bunch of stepsisters. It don't matter if we ain't related or not. It's on. I'm telling you.
And like the victimization of women in this country has gone on for too long. So, like, you know, with situations like this, like, think about the timing that we're in, all of the child predators being exposed, the sexual predators being exposed. This is just another case of somebody that's been getting away with it. And in 2025, that shit ain't standing no more.
But if I could be wrong, but if there was a long line of successful coaches willing to take that Stanford job, this will be a whole different conversation. But
Absolutely.
In SWAC news, Alcorn State's Landon Buster is taking over Chicago State.
We talked about that last night.
Yeah, if he get the local kids, it's gonna be. If he gets the local kids, it's gonna be a good thing because they ain't got to leave. And if he get the local high school kids, because nobody apparently seems to want high school kids anymore, he can build him a nice little program over the course of the next 3 years. And shoot, he still may be able to get some guards out of the portal because, Doc, I told you last night, watching this verbal commits account, my head is spinning. Like spinning with the number of 6'5" and under guards that are in the portal right now. It can't be that many spaces available. This is going to be a case of musical chairs that somebody going to get left out.
Yeah.
And I'm the guy that says, like, let players get freedom of movement. But I haven't seen too many per agent, per representative, so-and-so is in the portal. How you at a small mid-major and got an agent? That's concerning. And I know coaches whisper in players' ears because I know my coaches have also engaged in that. Like, I'm not going to act like my coaches are innocent. They ain't. But, or I'm sorry, I don't want to say coaches. Representatives have whispered into players' ears. So we're not immune to that kind of activity. But, bro, you average 5 points in Tupelo, Alaska somewhere. What are we doing? And I think I might be wrong on this subject. Well, again, I think we talked about it before. The conferences will get $113,000 for each game the women play in the women's tournament. $113,000 go to the conference. So that's nice. It's some stuff I'm gonna be careful with because I know we've been running wild and loose recently. Florida State had pro day. And I think Florida State has a few first rounders, which I'm going to move on because I'm going to say something about the coach I ain't got no business saying.
Nah, let's talk about it.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about it.
If I see both Florida State players going in the first round, and there is no coverage of spring practice. The spring practice coverage is the only thing that's available right now is the media team from Florida State. And they showing highlight clips of spring practice. Mind you, the angle of the camera makes Castellanos look like he tall.
But he only like 5 foot, what, 5'10", 5'11"?
5'9". So yes, we have to have a 6'6" wide receiver and a 6'7" wide receiver. I can't remember how tall our tight ends are, but I don't think they're 6'7".
You know, DJ participated in the pro day.
Who that?
DJ.
Yeah, in Florida State.
So tell me who you think are the first rounders. I know Joshua Farmer might be one of the first defensive tackles off the board.
That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. That's the only one I got. But people are saying, "Oh, we got some more first rounders." Okay, if we got
Kevin Knowles the second.
If we got 3 first rounders,
Cam
we got
Riley.
4 first rounders, we got a problem.
Cam Riley could potentially be a first round pick. I mean, there's some talent. It was some talent on that team, and I think we talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We talked about them being stacked with talent. They just did not have a quarterback. And a lot of the games, what you notice is when you ain't got a quarterback, it's hard to keep drives going.
And that wears the defense down, by the way.
And then that wears the defense down. It's a double-edged sword because if your defense is on the field the entire game, your quarterback can't make plays with his arm or legs, you cannot win. It is impossible to play competitive football when your quarterback can't make a read and your defense is on the field for 40 minutes a game.
You brought up DJ being at pro day. So again, FSU Twitter is not a nice place right now. Until we start winning games, it ain't a nice place. And so when War Chant posted DJ's pro day presser or a picture of him at pro day at the press at the podium, the number of here's the CDL school link. Maybe he should work for State Farm. It was not nice. And that's unnecessary. Like, leave that dude alone.
Because he didn't perform well at the pro day.
Somebody said top tier edge rusher.
I mean, nobody had a worse off-season performance so far outside of Will Howard, but his pro day wasn't good, and it didn't help his case. And I don't think he will get drafted. He'll probably be an undrafted free agent. We can potentially see him playing in the, what's that off the XFL, USFL?
Yeah, the UFL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's his best opportunity to, continue playing football right now. Things can change. Kurt Warner was bagging groceries one year, and the next year he was winning Super Bowls. So, like I said, it ain't the end of the road. It ain't the end of the road for anybody that works hard, shows up every day, does the little things that can get you on a team. Because once you're on the team, all you got to now is just can you make a play? Can you go out there and continue to show, why you should be there? But I think that's a question that a lot of kids have, going into that first situation is, do I belong? And a lot of kids don't get that realization until they're actually out there and get a chance to perform.
So, FAMU also had pro day today, and we haven't seen a lot of FAMU media content because they are currently the new SID is hired, and I'm comfortable to say that it's Alabama State's Jeff Driscoll. I think that's his first name, Jeff Driscoll. from Alabama State, and it's rather interesting that Alabama State scrubbed their entire SID department off of their website. So, and we kind of knew who he was. Well, I kind of knew it was him for a little while. I just wasn't comfortable saying it, but now I can comfortably say that's who the new SID is. And, hopefully he gets to work soon, because there's some work that needs to be done, and there are some emails that are still sitting on red. So, because, Fat Mouth Sports, either podcast would really love to get Coach Bill on here. It is strike season. We want to talk baseball. Softball. So, and I would love to get FAMU baseball coach on here too. But my first 2 emails was in the middle of a transition, so I don't know, where they sit. And I'm trying to follow protocol, but I ain't too proud to like drop a DM and beg somebody to come on the show. Because apparently tonight we got problems with people showing up. But again, that is what it is. But I don't know if we talked about it because it kind of popped up late. Jackson State forward Dylan Cannonville is in the transfer portal. Did he play much?
Who?
Dylan Cannonville. Yeah.
Yeah, he played. He was on the bench. He came off the bench. And basically he's been with the program for about 2 years now. So I forgot where he came from, but I think Bo is going to, just like you got, in the NFL and NBA, you got your exit meetings. Bo done, he going through exit meetings, and he's probably going in another, he's probably going in a whole other direction now.
Is he transferring up? Is the question.
I wouldn't know if he's transferring up. I wouldn't know if he's transferring up. He's probably gonna go to another mid-major school or to. Don't know yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna be real with you. If I'm some of these schools, I'm some of these HBCU schools for basketball. Go holler at them boys over in Langston, Oklahoma. Because they hooping.
I mean, it's a lot of last chance universities, you know what I mean? Where you can go get players from guys that just haven't been able to capitalize on their opportunities, either grades, situations, whatever you look at, those last chance U's that are still given community college status because they would still have eligibility. Like, I think he still has 2 years of eligibility even after this transfer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the career isn't over. And I think what we're seeing with this dynamic is the fact that kids are getting to play basketball longer because they're not being forced to go overseas. We're keeping people in the States now because back, a few years ago, if you wanted to make any kind of money playing basketball and it's not the NBA or the G League, you got to go to China. You got to go to Russia. You got to go somewhere overseas to continue your dream. Now they're just getting able to do it in college. And another thing, we're getting more Black men educated. And that's my favorite part of this whole situation.
Hey, can I show y'all something? I know it's not dealing with basketball. But
hold on 1 second. I want to say this right now because it just came out. Jeff Fisher to TSU is a lie. It is a 100% lie.
Please don't believe HBCU premium sports. They full of crap. I don't know where they get their sources. They getting their sources from.
Also, they got me blocked, so that part.
But
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I want to play this right here, and this came from Rasheeda Liberty, who's the she's a NFL agent, so she represents a lot of HBCU athletes. So
I gotta say this because I fight with scouts about this a lot.
hold on.
Transferring. What I will say to the HBCU player that's coming around now, I would say you can be found anywhere. Good talent is going to shine. And as long as you are committed to what you're supposed to do, eating right, physical training, discipline, listening to your coaches, and being productive on the field, you will be found. And I got to say this. Because I fight with scouts about this a lot. Transferring out to play bigger schools, to play more powerful talent. It's a buzzword. And I think leaving your organization where you are coached and developed, that hurts you more because you just looked at as an insurance policy on a lot of these other teams. You're not their number one person. Because if you were their number one person, they would have came for you out of high school, but they didn't. They waited until you developed and worked with this team, and then they steal your talent. You go over there and you're the backup plan to the guy they're already committed to. Be very, very careful leaving your HBCU. There was a scout that told me this. He said HBCU players, FCS players is actually what he said, get stronger year over year over year. What we found is that a lot of times our P4 players are maxed when we get them. They their peak talent.
Wow.
And so they're ready to play now in the NFL. But our FCS players, a lot of times we want to get them because they got so much more on the bench that we can develop on, and they last longer in this league. They may start on P squad, but they're going to last way longer than the guys sometimes who came out of P4, and we can only use them for 3 years, first year contract, he's done. But that FCS player can live for 2 contracts. And I was like, you better say that.
What you think about what she said?
So
I don't think she said nothing wrong. I don't think she said nothing wrong because I talk about player development a lot. And what I was saying is if you leave your organization, let it be for the right reason.
Right.
Because remember we talked about it before when we was having this whole conversation about players that will leave, like how does that look on them? How does it look for the team? I feel like organizations are going to do what's best for the organization, so you should do what's best for you. But if what's best for you is staying put and getting that development, then that's what you should do. Stop listening to outside people that don't necessarily have your best interests at heart. So, like she said, you potentially would be going over to be the insurance plan. But for some kids, that is a bigger opportunity to get developed by NFL type coaches. You have people with more, they got more connections, things like that. So if you have that opportunity and you're not just going to be an insurance plan, because a lot of kids don't get recruited out of high school for different reasons. It isn't always talent based. And that's the thing that I think she left out. Because kids may not get recruited based on academic standards, based on where they are mentally. Maybe they needed time to grow. You know what I mean? So like it's hard to make that whole assumption that you weren't recruited just because they didn't see your talent.
Right.
So
What you think, Marlo?
I think we might have lost Marlo. So I don't know if y'all remember Jenna Hunt, Defensive Player of the Year for the SWAC, 5'11", won a national championship, and then went to Illinois. While at Illinois, he has 2 tackles, 1 solo, 1 assist, and 1 pass defense. You went from, and this is not a shot at him, but this is an example. You went from big dog at 5'11", 305 pounds to 2 tackles. I don't know what he was given. I don't know his situation because, again, if your situation dictate that you need money now and you're able to profit off your talents, I understand. But I will say this. If the bag is minimal and you can hold off till you A, get your degree, or B, get to a position where you can get on the NFL squad, whether it be through draft or undrafted free agent, sometimes it is greater later. We playing the long game. We're not playing the short game.
Absolutely. And the long game does include education, which you can still get if you transfer. But you just got to understand that, hey, going to a bigger school, that's going to mean less opportunity on the field.
Mm-hmm.
So if playing and showing what you can do is important to you, then you have to stay where you're going to be playing.
Yeah,
And
to me, I just look at it like it's the same thing she said was the same thing Chad Johnson said. If you can play between them lines, them 100-yard lines, 100 by 50 yards, they're gonna find you. It don't matter what. It's been done before. It can't, you know what I'm saying? It could be done now. I think you can actually be done. Like the quote that Aubrey Miller said after the last Celebration Bowl, the last one that we lost against Central was, "Hey, come home. Come, you know what I'm saying? Come home. You can play here if you come home. You can get developed here if you come home." You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with playing at an HBCU. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong playing at an FCS school, regardless. Ain't nothing wrong playing at Division II or Division III or NAI. If you are good enough, if you know what I'm saying, you can be found. Yes, Mr. Emmett. James Houston is a perfect example. He played 2.5 years at Florida, transferred to Jackson State. He wasn't going to play linebacker. Deion switched it up for him and let him rock out on the defensive line. And he had 14.5 sacks to show for in that one season he played as a defensive end. Got him drafted. And, of course, he bounced around, but at the same time, look what he did in half of a season with the Detroit Lions. He had 8 sacks down there in 8 games.
It allowed him the opportunity to show what he can do. And a lot of times that's all these kids need is the opportunity. But there are pros to it because not all of the starters from Alabama's or Georgia's defense play a lot, but they still be in the league. Why is that? Because they're developed.
Yeah, they developed in the where they at.
You know what I mean? You may not be the starter, but you're a backup on the best defense in the country. You're on that roster for a reason. And Nick Saban always had the next man up. So if you were on his team, he expected you to compete whenever your number was called.
Same thing with Kirby Smart.
Same thing with Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart don't recruit players that can't play. He don't keep people as insurance policies that can't play. If you can't play, you're not on his team.
Sure, like he'd be like, here, they got your walking papers.
Yep.
You know what? We're gonna take a real quick break because I just seen something that just made my whole head explode. Absolutely made my whole head explode. We'll be back in 2 minutes. club food etiquette, and apparently I got socially profiled at Hotel there. But that's neither here nor there.
Is it a such thing as strip club food etiquette?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. You cannot go into a strip club that specializes in seafood.
Oh no.
Contradictory sense. Some stuff ain't gonna make no sense. Some stuff is gonna some stuff is gonna go together that shouldn't go together, and it's basically just not gonna be a good experience for those who have come for the food or those who have come for the strippers, because they're gonna get confused as to what they smelling.
So
that's a good way of putting that.
I'm gonna put this out there again and say I have a problem with there being a special strip club event during Lent. Like, if I need my food and my strippers separate, I definitely need my religion and strippers separate. Like, I just
you don't want the kitty pancakes.
No, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. So
Not the kitty pancakes.
no, not I do.
That is a crazy thing that I've never thought about. And it makes a lot of sense. And I'm mad how much sense it makes.
You'll ever find. I'm just saying.
Listen.
Strip club wings? Yeah, give me a 10-piece, please.
Oh no, we didn't have no problem with we had no problem with the wings, and I'm gonna do the full clip at some point. It wasn't the problem with the wings; it was the seafood that we had a problem with. It was the seafood. The seafood
I don't want a crab boil on the side of body glitter. No, I don't want that.
Hey, so TP, you can go ahead and mute yourself. I did not know. So Juanita Brunson, the young lady from Abbott Elementary, is divorcing her husband. And you can Google who her husband is. Brothers.
Wider than communion practice.
We need to have a conversation.
Why I got a mute?
We ain't trying to get you in no trouble. It's one of them topics.
Well, why I got a mute though? Hey, hold on, man. Hey, I'm tired of this, Troy. Hey, look here, bro. I'm a grown man, right? I don't get in trouble.
Now, I agree with TP, but
I don't get in trouble.
he gonna get in trouble.
I don't get in trouble. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? I make my own decisions, but I do take my safety into account when I make said decisions.
So for full disclosure, the door is closed, the kids are downstairs, and TP is saying it with his chest. We ain't seen Miss Parker in the chat in a very long time, so I understand the coldness. I understand. But if she ever decide to like pick up the podcast, you need to send me a text real quick so I can delete it. Because I am not above deleting tweets. Also, ladies, I'm sick of my timeline of y'all talking about going to his phone. Y'all not gonna find nothing in that man's phone. Now, that Bass Pro Shop transaction list, that might be different.
Hey, you said it, and I'm like looking at the bag. I'm like, yeah, because I went and spent like $100 on a new ride. I got, but it was points.
You in that transfer portal, Jamal?
Yeah, he's broken up. Woo. Listen, there is drawers of lures that I have never used And I just got them just in case. I don't know for what reason. Me and Marlo, it's time to plan a trip, man. We got to go fishing.
Y'all know how much money I spend in Bass Pro Shop. I have probably $1,200 rods. I don't need to go nowhere near a Bass Pro Shop for a little while.
But if you go online, Marlo, the lures be on sale. I need a box.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, bro.
Oh man! But again, shout out to the brother that Kevin Anik, who just lost his marriage. Wow. Did anybody know that UAB and Monmouth were in the MEAC for bowling? I just found out. What's funny is the MEAC posted their all MEAC bowling team. So their first team bowling team. So first team, North Carolina A&T, Maya Alviles, I think that's how I say that correctly. Laura Garcia, North Carolina A&T. Chloe Newberry, again, North Carolina A&T, and Victoria White, North Carolina A&T. From the University of Alabama, Birmingham, Madison Colson is also on the All MEAC team. Who knew? Yeah, congratulations to y'all. Shout out to the MEAC for not holding it for 3 weeks and posting it immediately. Shout out to y'all. So I'm gonna get into this whole lawsuit thing because I was expecting to hear from Charity Phillips. I sent her the email and the invite, and we 51 minutes in and she hasn't shown up. So for everybody that has been paying attention, a young lady went HBCU Twitter viral by saying that she filed a lawsuit against the MEAC for breach of contract, unauthorized use of brands, failure to pay HBCU students prize money, which was the key for me. That was the key for me. All the other things, that's a business thing with the MEAC. What's important for me was the students and how this affects the students. So I wanted to be able to have a fair vetting of what happened. And I don't have a side in this. I don't. My only question was, how did the events take place? When did the relationship fall apart? And then what drove you to decide to file a lawsuit? That was it. The major concern is that if you know anything about college athletics, there is a certain number as far as prize money that the athletes can get to where it becomes a violation. And anything over $10,000 that is not incorporated into lodging, flight, yada, 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 is a violation. So my concern was, did the MEAC realize, hey, we're about to commit a bunch of violations upon these students to where we don't pay them? That was, my questions. And, like we always do, we have one side. And then if we, find information like we did with, we had Coach on, and then we had Devron on to kind of go through everything. I had planned and intended on doing something similar to where, hey, we get a HBCU athletics expert to kind of give us a question of, hey, is this a violation? Is this okay? Is this okay? All of that stuff. That has not happened. So as of right now, we do not need to follow that rabbit hole. This is not the first time that we have not had a host or a guest show up. We've had Garami not show up.
He wasn't even gonna show up. That motherfucker giving out damn Chuck E. Cheese coins.
Monopoly money. The money in the bank.
Yeah, he didn't show up. So And then we had Devron, who didn't show up originally, but then showed up later. So maybe it'll get rescheduled. I don't know. I will keep everybody updated. That out the way. It is now baseball and softball season. SWAC family, we have a problem in baseball. That problem is Grambling State. And I don't know how I feel about Grambling State having the SWAC title. And this is not Troy, the media guy. This is Troy, the fan. I feel some type of way. Because how can I go back and forth with that school in Daytona if them people in Grambling, one of the many cats in the SWAC, got the title? How can I do that? I feel uncomfortable.
You know what Marlon gonna say. Hey, say it, go ahead and say it, Marlo.
Fuck them and everything they stand for.
It is ruining my timeline to wake up to see them alley cats talking about, oh, look how many 10 runs we hit this weekend. Nobody cares. You ain't played nobody. When you play somebody, then talk. But y'all ain't played nobody. That being said, Alabama State has entered the fray. BZN Noop has told me we is on the clock. Because tomorrow we play at Alabama State. And we need to bring our pitching and our big bats for this weekend. Go ahead and smash them out the way. Keep on our roll. Because next month, in Daytona, and I really want to send a request for the game to get post-game presses and all of that. But
you better make sure you got a tetanus shot. Cause a whole lot of rusty shit in their stands. And take your own food because their concession is trash. And you might want to make sure your parking is secured. Don't just park on the street.
Roll the windows up. You're not in Malibu.
The views and opinions of Marlo Dickens does not necessarily constitute the views and opinions of Fat Mouth Sports.
Oh, you mean that as an entity, or is that like?
No, as an entity, as a media entity.
Okay, you know, you got to clarify that too.
The people at Daytona invite us down, and they treat us well. So,
I want to get wine and dine.
No, there was no.
No, the hell you don't. Not there. That wine and dine that you gonna be drinking Ripple.
Drinking Ripple.
Dine, they gonna send you to the damn that little wing place they got on campus.
First off, from all reports, Bethune Grill is very good. So I'm not going to do that.
Was busting.
That ain't no fine dining.
Busting was the word that was used.
It's not okay. As we pass by, I got it. It's not supposed. It's not a place where you go inside and sit down. They like cook the wings and hand it to you. How you go? Have a nice day. I get that. That's not exclusive to Daytona. We was just talking about wings in the strip club. Why we gonna complain about them wings?
But you know, they're great.
Yeah. And the scenery might be better. You know, I'm just speaking from an aesthetic standpoint.
I'm gonna say this as a man who once was not married and not saved. Black Beach weekend happened in Daytona. I don't necessarily know if I can agree with that opinion.
Wait a minute. We're not just gonna say because Black Beach was there. They have
That's a lot of
NASCAR.
right there.
They have Biketoberfest. It's spring break going on right there, right now.
Right.
Having said that, that is nostalgia. Black Beach will never be the same ever again.
That's
So
a lot of fans out there.
I'm just saying.
There's people on Daytona Beach right now making questionable decisions that they're gonna regret later in life.
No, this podcast is subject to deletion if she sees it.
Oh, because you was down there.
I'm just glad I grew up in an era where there wasn't camera phones.
Nope, but they would show us cameras though.
Nah, but you can see them motherfuckers because they were
You
big.
damn sure can. And my duck game was on point.
Hey, Marlo,
Don't worry. We had the Kappa Beach party in Texas.
Boy.
Beach. Up and down the seawall. What you know about
it? Boy. Swinging and banging down the seawall, man.
Hey.
I'm just gonna say this because y'all had the little Freaknik thing. Anybody decide they gonna want to make a Black Beach weekend documentary, your safety is in danger.
Oh yeah, there's some stuff that people don't. Oh no, don't do that. Mm-mm. You know, there's a reason things were pushed to the dark. When you want to be the one with the flashlight, that person that wanted in the dark gonna show up with a gun. So please leave that alone. If you enjoy,
I ain't gonna show up with no gun. A bat and a shovel, maybe, but not a gun.
Nah, it's too messy.
I need to get my point across. Anyway, I'm not violent. These are just jokes. These are just jokes. You are perfectly safe. Perfectly safe.
Look, if the Kappa Beach Party documentary come out, safe to say, I ain't worried about it. I know I was down there. There's a lot of scattered ass out there on the beach. There's a lot of scattered ass out there on the seawall. I was young at the time. I was a young boy. I was in my 20s.
See, I'm not worried because I'm not ashamed of anything that I did.
That's what I'm saying.
There are people that are ashamed of what they were doing.
Sure, you got yourself to the Lord, but you knew you were shaking that ass during the beach, during the Kappa.
Oh, there was a lot of repenting come Monday.
Well, we shall move on.
Hey, hold on, Troy. That Kappa Beach Party brought out a lot of music for us in the state of Texas.
Hey, back to the Kappa 2K1.
It's a damn classic.
That is the classic. Slim Thug, 50-50, Lil Twin.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm gonna put y'all on some.
Florida State hit another home run. I mean, yeah, that's what we do. Ooh.
When it's hitting home runs, that's what we do when they out here getting struck the fuck out. I don't know who these dudes is.
First off, I don't do the baseball team like that. I don't do the baseball team like that. And I sure don't do the softball team like that because they just went to Alabama and beat them again for the 5th time out of 6 meetings in Alabama. Why y'all keep putting Florida State on the schedule? That's the question. Y'all clearly don't like y'all softball team. Y'all just had them just getting beat up for no reason. But hey, and the disrespect that they not a top 5 team is crazy. But again, I can't say it right now. But a little later in the season, I'm gonna say who we want in the World Series. I'm gonna say it out loud and with my chest. I think we talked about it on Tuesday, but it goes without saying that the Tampa Rays are 100%. Can I call them ass? Would that be wrong? Because the Bananas,
They just being ass now because they coming to Orlando.
they ain't coming to our. I don't listen to him. Hey, so the Bananas use Raymond James Stadium to sell out 65,000 when the Rays can't sell 17 at Steinbrenner Field.
Because they ain't in my city.
Is that including playoffs?
Say what now?
Is that including playoffs?
No, they're playing this upcoming season, or season started. They're playing this season at Steinbrenner Field that holds 17,000.
Right.
They're in the Trop. Their average attendance was 11,000.
So that shit gonna be about 6,000 folks in the damn baseball stadium for the Ravens.
That's like regular season though for a team that hasn't won. That's I ain't gonna say that's expected, but fans like to support their teams when the teams support themselves. And if you ain't doing things to be a competitive team, why would I go spend my hard-earned money to come watch y'all be trash just to say I was there?
I mean,
but you talk about a special event, compared to a regular season baseball game. An event will always have more attendance.
TP, that special event is baseball.
Hey,
I get it.
Quick announcement, Troy. Texas Southern is up 51-44 against St. Mary's, California, with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The WNIT.
That Johnny Black fun, when this quarter is over, it's gonna be stupid. It's gonna be absolutely stupid, and I don't mind. I don't mind. Again, I am proud of HBCUs. This entire postseason, I have absolutely proud of HBCUs. Now, in a perfect world, and I kind of got into it on Twitter because Early is not a Norfolk State fan. Even as an HBCU fan, she had the audacity to put them boot skins on her timeline. And I am very public in saying, fuck Tim Tebow, fuck Ron Zook,
Percy Harvin.
fuck Channing Crowder, fuck Percy Harvin.
Hey man, don't say that to Channing Crowder. I like Channing, but I know he's a trap man, gator.
Fuck the admissions lady, fuck the mascot, fuck the drum major, fuck the third chair piccolo player, fuck all of them. It's go nose around here. I'm picking Norfolk State by 30, and I don't care how crazy it is, because my God is an amazing God. And if he fit to allow me to be able to trash talk Florida for now until eternity, it'll be a beautiful thing. But my God also know if they lose, I'm still gonna be talking shit about the University of Florida for now until the eternity. I'm still pissed off about the championship of '96. Goddamn Steve Spurrier talking about they touching my quarterback. They supposed to. They the defense. I digress.
Was that the year y'all played in the Sugar Bowl and y'all had to fight with them?
Yes, we beat them in the
regular season.
And this dude sent the NCAA an hour of film on Peter Bolwell and Raynard Wilson. That defensive line was the greatest line in the history of Florida State. I don't care what nobody. The first 6 teams we played, by the second quarter, they was playing with their backup. We didn't care. We was knocking people's heads off. But when Ward Dunn got hurt, and the referees was throwing 8 million flags on Peter Bolwell and Raynard Wilson because you could not block them. They stole a year out of my life. Absolutely stole a year out of my life. TP, what's your worst football memory?
The Texans blowing a 20-point lead in the playoffs to the Chiefs.
Doc, what's your worst?
Guess who was the coach?
Oh,
Bill O'Brien.
You know, fans,
hey,
sometimes
TP, go tell him to get that black dress ready.
I'm still mad because we could have went to the Super Bowl.
Sometimes, fans, I walk through a door and forget that I walked through that door, and we land here. Doc, what's your worst football memory?
1993, the snow game where Leon Lett we blocked the field goal against the Miami Dolphins at Texas Stadium, and Leon Lett dove on the damn ball, and they ended up moving the ball. Pete Stoyanovich kicks like a 20-something yard field goal to win the game. That was one of the worst ones I've seen. And that does not take away from what Leon Lett was as a Cowboy, but at the same time, that was one of the big blunders. You know what I'm saying? And I see, because I could have said the Super Bowl, but we won that game. Where he was trying to go in for the touchdown on the fumble recovery, and Don Beebe came from, I think it was Don Beebe. Yeah, Don Beebe. Don Beebe came from behind and stripped the ball out and ended up being a touchback. But we was already up there near about 30 in that game. So, but that snow game, man, in Texas Stadium, I watched that, bro. That was Thanksgiving right there. And y'all want to see how mad Jimmy Johnson? I've seen Jimmy Johnson mad, but I ain't never seen him mad where his face was red and his hair was messed up.
Mm-hmm.
He was
first time I seen his hair move.
He was pissed that game. But guess what? We still ended up going to the Super Bowl again.
For everybody that don't know who Don Beebe is, Don Beebe should be in the Hall of Fame as one of the greatest special teams player ever, but they put an Iverson in instead. But I digress.
I remember growing up watching Don Beebe workout videos. His footwork was amazing.
And
route running, amazing.
And he had speed because he was a special teams ace.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hesitant. I'm hesitant to ask this question. Marlo, what's your worst football memory? Lord help us.
Say again. I ain't hear you.
What's your worst football memory?
Hell, getting arrested and missing the first half of a game.
Damn. When was this?
Oh, there's a story to this. This should be my first worst football memory. Matter of fact, I'm pissed off about it. I don't know if Tony
still
Green
came and won the game.
If Tony Green is still alive, fuck you. fuck you and everything you stand for.
You got a grudge still against Tony Green.
You don't understand. You don't understand. Tony Green was a beat writer here in the Tampa Bay area, right? And he covered high school football at the time. So Tony Green was at my game. I didn't start a lot. I didn't have a lot of highlights. I was the third string wide receiver because 90% of the motherfuckers on our team was going D1. I had a wonderful punt return for a touchdown. I wasn't even supposed to be on punt return. Our punt returner got hurt. I seen the alley and I hit it. I don't even think I looked for blocking. I just saw alley and ran. Got my touchdown. Had my highlight moment. Tony Green there. I should have been in the paper. Bitch, why? Motherfucking Tony Green wrote about
but God.
a player at Northeast.
It wasn't nobody but God.
Who missed the first half of the game and led his team to a victory. Bitch, we won the game. That was my Al Bundy moment, goddamn it.
First, let me give context.
I'm still pissed off about that shit.
I got arrested because I did not know if you don't pay a ticket in St. Petersburg, Florida, they will arrest you and then you have to post whatever that ticket was to get out.
Not bad.
I was young. I didn't know. I did it. Got to the game in the end of the first quarter, and the rest is history. They fed me the ball, and I scored 3 touchdowns in the second half.
Let's Google Tony Green.
So you playing tailback.
I played everywhere. The only time I came off the field is on extra points.
That sounds like a Craig James moment right there.
That's a hell of a bad memory.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a hell of a memory, boy. I went to jail and missed the first half.
I gotta tell you another bad memory I had for football, seeing football, just watching football. When I was in high school, we played Waco, University High out of Waco, and that was when LaDainian Thomason was on the team. His senior year, that man rushed for 250 yards on our team and like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, but that makes sense though.
But they we won the game, but then they tried to fight and they lost the fight. We lost the fight. We won the game. We lost the fight.
Y'all lost the part that mattered.
Right.
The fight. Like, I'm like, dog, these dudes, it's University High School. I don't know. University High is off the freeway, off 35. It's literally across the street. It's literally across the highway from Baylor, right? Like, you see University on the side, Baylor's on the other side. Like, these dudes is from the hood. These are some hood country motherfuckers. Hey, y'all decided y'all want to fight them. After we beat, you try to fight. Y'all go around it. Y'all go ahead and have it. We ended up being 5-5 our senior year. And missed the playoffs because we lost to a team called the Joshua Owls. What in the fuck?
Yes.
No, y'all still not understanding my ire. Like
basically you said Marlo took your shot. The Marlo.
Motherfuck Tony Green, man.
You said Marlo took your shot.
That shit.
I did not do nothing but what I did every week.
Man.
First off, motherfucker, that's a lie. You didn't go to jail every week.
Oh, but I scored touchdowns.
That is not the point. That is not the motherfucking point. He wasn't at your game. He was at my game. Bitch, you was not writing articles about a game. You was not, you know what? I don't know if Tony is alive. I don't know if he's dead. And apparently, according to the St. Louis Times, that wasn't my best game. But that was my shining moment, goddamn it. Because the bitches we had on that team, damn near all of them went D1. So.
Yo, what's the song for the NCAA
But
tournament?
I did your team in too when we played them.
Okay, so we doing that. The reason y'all won that game is because we had players.
It's because I scored 4 touchdowns.
The only reason he scored 4 touchdowns. Only reason he scored 4 touchdowns was because our entire defense was suspended because these dummies went.
Not my problem, bro.
Their game jerseys.
Not my problem, bro.
Not my problem.
I'm gonna mute this bitch. You know,
not my problem.
Hey, all I could do. You act like y'all was the only team I didn't score 4 touchdowns against. I did Pinellas Park in. I did. Shit, I scored 4 touchdowns almost.
Hold on. So what we
on a game basis?
Pinellas Park, because we beat the brakes off of them in fucking Jamboree. Pinellas Park had a bunch of dudes that ran at 12, 10, 40. That's not nothing to write home about. Anyway, I'm gonna let this
I scored 4 against y'all.
I'm supposed to be a better person.
I scored 4 against y'all.
I'm supposed to be a better person. I'm supposed to let this pass. I'm gonna attempt to be the better person this time. Because if I'm 52, that means Tony Green is probably dang near 90. So he may not be with us no more. I'm not gonna be salty about it. But
and down goes Kansas.
I had that upset right there too.
Yeah, I picked Arkansas on that one.
Hey, fuck Kansas.
Kansas is not gonna be good no more because they don't have NIL money like that, and you can't just slip players money like they used to. You're about to see some retirements of a lot of coaches who was used to that good old boy network money. That money is gone.
Well, the ghost of Will Chamberlain, they ain't helped him out, so.
Man, listen, UCLA ain't gonna win another title until I don't know. I might be with the Lord by the time UCLA win another title.
They not.
They might do it in women's basketball. You never know.
They ain't gonna win one there neither.
Damn.
Juju is on a mission. Juju and them feel disrespected. I don't know how you feel disrespected by the conference champ, but again, they feel disrespected. How you?
I don't think Juju's problem is with UCLA. I think it's the other USC.
South Carolina.
Yeah. And this battle for the real SC next fall gonna be good, and it's a home and home. And that's gonna be good.
I only like, and I ain't gonna say that. I like a lot of women's basketball players, but like I got like 3 favorites. It's Paige, Juju, and Diamond. Them my ones. Latson is nice. She's a no. She's nice. But Juju, when she goes to the bucket and she slide that back foot, that is a sexy layup. But again, we're going to run one more commercial, and then we'll be right back. Tom Brady had his press conference today. And I know I said I wasn't going to say this because of the algorithms on YouTube and all of that stuff, but pretty much from the bottom of my heart, fuck Tom Brady. Let's just start this podcast on right. Let's fuck Tom Brady. That's how I feel. I feel like all is right with the world now. It's just right with the world.
That hate has to stop at some point.
Nope.
No, it don't, because he get $37 million a year to talk about football. When the dude he replaced had an Emmy.
And we're talking about former players being,
Analysts.
within the organization. Let's talk about John Lynch. The dismantling of the 49ers has to be studied.
They didn't win TV. What you thought he was gonna do?
I mean, he is completely taking that team apart. I guess you're gonna rebuild it from the ground up behind Brock Purdy.
Sound like what the Florida Marlins did after they won both of their World Series.
Yep.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And Tampa Bay Buccaneers after they won that first Super Bowl.
Strip everything down.
Everybody.
They did the same thing to Manchester United. You know what? I'm wrong. I'm so wrong. Fuck the Glazers. That's who it's fucked to. Fuck the Glazers.
Wow, so much hate, sir.
I ain't wrong. You talk about what a dismantling of the 49ers, what they did to Manchester United. How you get rid of the GOAT once, get him back and get rid of him again?
Who's the GOAT? David Beckham, right?
No. Ronaldo.
They did.
Twice.
I forgot about that second time.
Twice. Tom Brady flew over to see him play. He said the GOAT just scored again. And 2 weeks later, he was gone.
He was gone.
Where did he go? He went to Real Madrid, did he? No.
No, he went to. No, he playing in Saudi Arabia right now.
Yeah, I know he's playing in Saudi Arabia right now. But the first time he left, he went to Real Madrid.
He went to Real. Yeah, he went to Real.
And then after he left Real, he went to he was
Juventus.
Juventus.
He go to Juventus, I think so.
Yeah, he went to Juventus, and then he went back to Manchester United. Yeah, they fucked that up.
They did. They sent him somewhere else.
They just
TSU. Texas Southern just won. My bad. Just let y'all know.
Yeah, they on the list. They on
What,
the
NIT?
Yeah, they won against St. Mary's.
Yeah. Woo. I guess Texas A&M is the only lower tier SEC team that made it through.
Georgia, dog.
Yeah, by Gonzaga. I keep forgetting Gonzaga get rolling in the tournament. Shout out to the homie Wade Taylor IV, straight out of Lancaster High School, Lancaster, Texas. You know, he's in the mix with one of the greatest, great A&M point guards. But I don't think he's better than AC Law IV.
Man.
I don't know if you remember him, TP, right?
Who?
AC Law.
Yeah, I remember AC Law.
I don't think he's better than AC Law.
So
Probably
am
not.
I wrong in saying that I don't need to ever see that Christian Layton or Duke pass as some extraordinary play when Alabama State got one in the tournament that was more impactful?
I said, this is what I said yesterday when you came on. I said Alabama State football team needs to go ahead and get the dude who threw that pass that he threw the back. He passed the ball better than the quarterbacks that they had last season. Yeah, I'm trolling. I'm with it.
The views of Fat Mouth Sports.
Violence button.
Jesus. And that what I seen Ty say to Alabama State was pretty much along those same lines. And I was just like, oof, that's a Like that's a real rivalry. I thought they was friendly. I was wrong.
They don't like.
I was wrong.
They don't.
So Jamal, you missed that. I'm going to attempt to go down to Daytona when FAMU baseball plays Daytona in Daytona.
They got a baseball field? Or they borrow one from the Rick? That was a serious question.
I don't. You know what? I don't know. Every time I go to Daytona, I go to the basketball gym. Or
you have to go to somebody else shit, but that dark ass basketball gym.
What's wrong with the gym?
That they have to schedule their home football games around a high school should be enough of an embarrassment for everybody.
You talking about that Bethune?
Yep.
You know what? I got a commercial. We'll be right back. We'll definitely be right back. You know what? This is a theme commercial too.
Sounds like somebody I know who's probably a part of this show, like right now. He sounds just like him a little bit.
That's crazy.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
That's what we're doing.
I'm just saying. Your internet, Instagram, Twitter, dumb. I don't think it's matched. Like, you just have air and opportunity, and you take all opportunities to air your air. So I'm just saying, you be in Twitter beats. I was like, well,
you know what? Speaking
how?
They started.
I'm amazed. You in Twitter beef with 12-year-olds. I don't even know who do that.
Should start. Don't start. That won't be nothing. Speaking of Twitter beefs, so I want us to be better people, and I'm attempting to be a better person.
I just turned 34 last week. Time up for me trying to be a better person. I am who I am.
And for everybody that's here, like, rivalries are part of what makes sports great. And respectful rivalries are amazing. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love respectful rivalries. I unfortunately do not participate in respectful rivalries when it is outside of my fandom of Florida A&M. And if you know, you know. I make zero bones about the fact that, did you know that the ibis is the dumbest bird on the planet?
Yeah.
Literally, it's the last bird to leave during a hurricane. And y'all think they're going to beat us in baseball? Ibis don't have hands.
No, I think I saw a glimpse of the game earlier. I think I was up like 3-0.
But listen, Link is an amazing baseball coach. But if you think on God's green earth that it ain't gonna be up if he lose to them Ibis people, we done already lost to the Gators in the middle of the week. That was unforgivable. But to lose to the Ibis people, who they basically gave up on baseball the last 3 years, I don't know. Y'all might have to get me out the car because somebody gonna have to explain to me something. But that being said, it's still go nose around here. Wait a minute. Don't Jackson State play somebody this weekend? Who y'all play this weekend?
I don't even know. We just finished the series with PV.
Yeah. So I just want to know, because we talked about it a little bit. I was unaware that y'all have It's up between y'all and Prairie View every time y'all meet, apparently.
Hey.
It be up and stuck between them. It ain't even that bad between us and Bethune.
Speak for yourself. It is always that bad between us and
I mean,
Bethune.
of course, between us, but I'm saying between the play. Have we ever had fist thrown?
The mascots. The
mascots fight every year. Yeah, the mascots fight every year. I told y'all my favorite family mascot fight. I want to say it was like 2000, 2002 when Venom slapped the Tigers' head off the Tennessee State Tiger in the Georgia Dome. And nobody realized it but a few people, but then they really started throwing hands and they had to stop the game to go and break up the fight between Venom and the Tiger from Tennessee State. And Venom had that man on the ground and was wailing.
I'm so proud of him.
We got history with our mascots. Our original mascot, Wavy Day. Rest in peace to Wavy Day, Dave Chambers. He used to go at it with the Grambling mascots. I remember my freshman year, we played Grambling for homecoming. We do our little routine. We was out there on it's halftime. We on the field. The Boom is on the field performing. You see Dave come, he coming through because he got probably about 7 little ass kids in little baby tiger suits running right behind him. And the tradition is running to the goalpost. Well, so happened that I think it's the female, it was the female tiger for Grambling that was standing by the goalpost. He see it right there. He running full sprint. I'm talking about his 40 time got to be at least a 4.3 right now. And he hit that goalpost, boom, knock the ass out, knock the head off, and here come the male tiger. He come do the guy in the other tiger costume. They get into it. Next thing you know, they done took out his shit, and he run. The band directors for Grambling, by the way, they're going back into the stands, coming to see what they saw what was going on, breaking up that whole fight, and you still got 7 little ass kids running right behind Dave to hit the damn goalpost. That's always been our routine. Okay, we probably gonna hang about 20 on them.
Another one was it happened between FAMU. I seen a video of it, FAMU and Southern in the 90s when Venom ran and drop kicked the Southern Jaguar in the chest. That's another good one. I'm talking about he left the ground and both feet went into the Southern Jaguar chest. Boop. If you honestly want to hear some terror stories from between Venom, especially when we was in the MEAC, he the SID at Grambling right now. He used to be Venom when he was in school. He used to terrorize mascots in the MEAC.
Oh, so he went to the ops.
Well, no, I mean, you know how if you want to work in black college sports, you don't have very many schools. So.
Well, I'm saying is he went.
Oh, for you, yeah, he went to the ops, but he had Grambling right now. He like I promise him and the Bulldog from A&T used to get into it every year like clockwork. I think one year they didn't even bring him to Tallahassee. They left him out because every year it was something.
All right, quick score update. The Tampa Bay Lightning are tied with the Dallas Stars 2-2.
Oh, they here? Okay. Hey, I got something to look for. I got something to look forward to with the Stars, though. We are Stanley Cup contenders.
what's crazy is that and again, it's because they're young. The Lightning play good one game and then mediocre the next game, and then play amazing one game and then play bad. They just all over the place. 83 points. I ain't gonna crash out because again, we ain't even made it to the end of April, but it's coming. I'll make sure I ain't missing no news because we had that fake update with Jeff Fisher. Georgia fans, quit giving your ball players cars. Clearly, they can't.
That man drove through an apartment.
Like what?
The NASCAR Bulldogs.
For real.
Nah, that's they got their Rick and Ralph.
Oh, this is the best part. Georgia coach Kirby Smart has said he has struggled to find ways to convince his players to avoid speeding and reckless driving. Hey, here's an idea.
Call suspension.
Now, don't give them their cars. Let them go old school. Walk around on campus.
Ride a bicycle. Yeah, it's hope that your mama old Honda still got some life in it. Drive that.
That's the old Honda.
Hey, no. But think about it. As young as these dudes are, they get them a 2012 Accord.
That take them to graduation.
They in there. Yeah. That's like when we started driving. And my first car was a 1997 Isuzu Rodeo. I graduated in 2009.
And rode that thing to the wheels fell off.
Nah, I wrecked it. I got a Honda after that. That car, I sold that car and it's still going. When I sold it, it had 350 on it. That car's still driving. See, that's all they need.
So speaking of money, you know what? I ain't doing this right. I'm not doing this.
No, go ahead and wake it up.
I
ain't waiting on Marlo to come back.
No. This, no. We talking about money. Bill Chisholm agrees to buy the Boston Celtics for $6.1 billion.
Biggest acquisition for NBA franchise. I think that beats out the. I think Mark Cuban sold the Mavericks for close to $5 billion to the
Phoenix. Yeah, the Phoenix Suns was sold for $4 billion.
Because before that, the biggest acquisition of an NBA franchise was the Los Angeles Clippers, right? At one point in time, when they forced to sell, Obama bought that shit for damn near $2 billion.
Yeah.
So let me tell you how yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. The Grossbeck Group family, who leads the ownership group that owns the team right now before the sale, bought that team in 2002 for $360 million.
Yeah, but when they bought them, when was the last time they had won anything?
Yeah, that's true too.
Hey, champion. If you buy a failing franchise and you put the money into it and allow it to grow and win, you get your money back.
Mm-hmm.
You either get your money back in ticket sales and merch, or you get your money back when you sell it.
But remember that thing. I'm going back to with the Clippers. Donald Sterling. We all know he was the fucking racist, cheapest owner in all sports history, right?
No, that white man on the team in Chicago got him beat right now.
Well, now he got what you got. Now he had Charlie Finley for the Oakland A's. He had him beat, and he had the ownership for the Marlins beat too. Yeah. But remember, we talk about Donald Sterling, who
they took his team.
took his team because you want to be a dumbass racist. And because it's like he was basically getting players out on the cheap, not paying them, not paying them what they were. Basically, he didn't even pay his front office what they were. Like Elgin Baylor did not get paid for what he was worth as a GM. He was trying to get a winning team up in there, but of course, if you keep it terrible, you want to be terrible. Like you can force this, not force the sale, but you can force the move of the NBA team to somewhere where you think is going to be lucrative for you, and then you start winning. Yep. So at the same time, when he had the team, we talking about a team that was pretty much closely about being on the rise. When he drafted Blake Griffin, he got Chris Paul come in, even though that was the NBA that blocked that trade right there.
Chris Paul should have been in LA.
He should have been a Laker. Should have been a Laker, but he ended up with the Clippers. They had a team. But at the same time, what was he doing? Basically it was bad basketball. And then you get this movement because you get Doc Rivers thinking that, I'm not saying that he was gonna bring you a title, but you think that his days of coaching was behind him when he got to LA.
And they wasn't.
It wasn't. And you made him the coach and the GM. So if you make him the coach and the GM, he's going to try to get that team to where he can actually compete. Donald Sterling didn't want to compete. Donald Sterling was in it. Of course, every owner is in it to make money. But he wanted that team to be so bad that I think he wanted to move that team. I think he wanted to move the team to Vegas. You never know. But at the same time, they got better. They got better, and then once all that shit came out with the recordings and stuff like that, your ass is great. David Stern.
Yep.
Was it David Stern? No, it wasn't David Stern. Was it David Stern? No, it was Adam Silver.
David Stern.
No, it was Adam Silver.
It was Adam Silver. But David Stern, David Stern had already retired.
So he just retired. Yeah, he just retired.
Yeah, just retired.
See, the problem with David Stern, I don't think David Stern would have forced the sale.
Can y'all see that? Oh, y'all can't see that. Y'all can't see that.
I think he would have forced the sale.
Stern would have forced the sale. I don't know what he would have did, but he wouldn't have forced the sale.
But no, he would have forced the sale once he would have heard all that shit came out.
Remember I told y'all about Ibis not having hands?
Yeah.
I don't know how they was going to swing a bat. The final from the light, 14-1.
Damn.
Fuck them people. After the football season that we had, spring sports are a beautiful thing. It allows you to get well and get even. Whew. But, I think somebody need to call them people in Daytona and tell them to quit putting on them ski mask emojis because they ain't won nothing yet. But again, that is me as the fan, not me as the media guy. Hey, what's going on, man?
Say, don't get me started.
How you doing?
You say hi? He was just mad, banging on the door.
Just let you know, hey, I want to be on TV too. Like Ash told me he want his own podcast. I said, oh, okay. Can we focus on not calling little girls big backs? Can we do that? When we get to behavior, then we can start doing some other stuff.
Nah, you can't have that. You messing with stuff.
But it's again, I thought that we would have Charity Phillips on tonight.
Mama, the kid time, man.
She did not show. I don't have an explanation. She has not returned any of my inboxes, so I don't know what the deal is there. I'll update everybody as I find out. It is tournament time. Again, like I told y'all, be responsible in your gambling. Your brackets are going to be in shambles. It's supposed to be. Don't be sending no message to these players telling them that they messed up your bracket. None of that. Be responsible.
You messed up your own bracket.
I want the men to start taking the same road that the women do. I saw somebody put in Camila Cardozo's live that she had ruined that parlay, and she was like, "Then don't put me on your ticket, then."
That part.
No. So,
like, what you want me to do?
Be responsible. I done told y'all what the deal is. The house always wins. They are now doing parlay versus parlay to get people more into gambling, which is crazy. Peer-to-peer parlays is a wild concept. But that's the business. That is the business. TP, what you got for us this week?
There's been a lot of pro days across the country. And, I just want to give a shout out to Ryan Williams for showing up for Jalen Milroe. Because he's had his struggles as far as throwing the ball. He came to the pro day and actually made Jalen Milroe look like a quarterback. He's done a lot better since those early practices at the Senior Bowl or I forget what was it, the Shrine Bowl or whatever they hit him in. And, he's starting to look like he can play at the next level. I'm still not sold on it. I haven't seen the consistency. Kind of reminds me of what we've seen from Anthony Richardson. If you put him out there quarterback, you're going to get some good deep throws, but those intermediate to short passes are going to be, they're going to be a struggle. I'll say this again, going into the draft, I feel like Jackson Dart is this year's QB1. Shador has been making a lot of noise. I've heard the hate that's been given his way, and I don't appreciate that because the man is talented. He has done a lot of things, especially for Jackson State and Colorado. He's played good football. Cam Ward, he's been the resurgence that the University of Miami needed. They may get back to the old glory days. They brought in Carson Beck through the transfer portal. They're building their roster that way. So I think Cam Ward, with the things that he had to deal with in these past seasons, was basically they didn't play well in the first half, and he had to put the team on his back and go down a stretch and win games. And that worked most of the time. He has to learn how to start games faster, especially going in the NFL, because I tell you what, those NFL coaches, they're not going to just let every quarterback come from behind in the second half. They're gonna mix up the covers. They're going to blitz you. They're going to do whatever you don't like. And those are the things that players have to work on getting to the next level, is working on the things that you don't do so well, because teams will exploit those. Some of the greatest coaches of all time, like Bill Belichick, he's going to make what you do great be something that you're not going to do so great, and that's going to be his focus. If I can stop you from doing that, beat me another way. And that's what a lot of these kids have to learn. And I feel like Jackson Dart may be the most polished out of all of the quarterbacks coming out because he has all those tools in the bag. We still a month away from the draft. I can't wait for it. I think my Texans have been building in the right direction. John Lynch has completely dismantled the 49ers. I don't think it's over, for them, because they still have their special core players. You still have Brock Purdy. You still got George Kittle. You still got Christian McCaffrey and Fred Warner. Those are the guys that have been the staples in that organization for years. So with them still being on the roster, their team is not out. We saw it this past season, even when CMC went out, into Jordan Mason, 100-some yards against the Jets. You know what I mean? They know how to put players in positions to win games. They didn't necessarily all contribute to wins last year, but, you know, this is why we have the offseason. If you're getting rid of some players that you feel like may not be there or might not be the fit going forward, then, hey, that's your prerogative. Shout out. I need the I Get Money song right now. I need it. Let me hear it. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins is the highest paid wide receiving core in the history of the NFL. That duo earned their paycheck, by the way, because I've always said I didn't look at T. Higgins as a number 2, and I'm glad that Jamar Chase cleaned that up for the reporters. Like, how does it feel being the highest paid number 2? He's like, no, he's the 1A. Because that team plays so much better when they have both of them on the field. Yes, Jamar Chase can still be the most productive receiver in the league when it's just him, but they don't win as many games. They need T. Higgins to keep that engine rolling. And him signing $115 million, Jamar Chase signing $164 million contract, that is massive. That shows that their organization is dedicated to making sure that Joe Burrow has his weapons. And we're going to see them retake that number 2 spot in the AFC North this year. I think the Steelers might regress a bit, especially with the questions around the quarterback position. I understand them bringing in DK Metcalf, but I don't know if it's going to be enough without having a true signal caller back there. Is if they're going to be the second best team in that division. We know the Browns, they still trying to figure out who they are, but I like the moves that the Bengals are making right now. Next, they have to secure Trey Hendrickson long term. They have to do something to help that secondary. They still have holes that they have to fill, but I think them locking up T. Higgins was very substantial to their success going forward. Other than that, there's still been a lot of free agency moves, too many for me to go over right now. You know what I mean? So just if you've been paying attention, you're seeing the moves that's being made. Sam Darnold got a $100 million contract. Like, he did enough for Minnesota to earn him that contract, because we had seen him with the Jets, we had seen him with the Panthers, and it wasn't good. He goes to the Vikings, and he has all the tools around him, great running game, best receiver in the league, defense that was able to put pressure on quarterbacks. They kept him in winning situations until they didn't. And I had spoke on that going through the season. I was like, he looks like the best quarterback ever when everything is going good, but when it doesn't, he looks very mediocre. And against the Packers, he looked very mediocre. Or against the Eagles, for that matter. So we're going to see how he does in Seattle. They don't have DK. They got Cooper Kupp, who has struggled to stay on the field. So, you know, that's another storyline that I'm going to be paying attention to going into this NFL season. So with all that being said, appreciate y'all watching Fat Mouth Sports Gathering and Old Man podcast. I'll see y'all same time next week, same place.
Jamal, what you got for us this week?
Unrival ended this week. Shouts out to Roses Basketball Club and Chelsea point guard Gray for putting on a heck of a final game. I got a notification today from the WNBA for me to re-up on my league pass. And I'm gonna buy it. Of course I'm gonna buy it, but because why not? But what I need people to understand is the chaos that this league has decided to assign for the first day. Well, it's not the first day, for the first weekend. You have, I'm trying to find it again. You have the Aces in New York, while New York gets their rings. And then the game after that, you have Chicago and playing Indiana in Indiana. this is the messiness that I like, right? So the corn fans gonna come back and they gonna spew all this hatred. They for some reason they have blamed Asia Wilson for Caitlin Clark low t-shirt sales. This is insane. At this point, it is definitely a mental illness. I want y'all to go out and watch it. I'm short-winded this week, but make sure you crash out when somebody has you fucked up. And as always, punch a Nazi. Thank y'all for watching Fat Mouth Sports. I'm Lord Jamal.
You on mute? Well, let's see. First and foremost, man, I appreciate everybody for giving me the encouraging words and stuff. Yes, last night I had a mental breakdown during my mental health check-in part of my show last night that I probably needed to check in myself, but at the same time, I guess it needed to be heard. So for everybody, that is listening, that is watching on YouTube and on Twitter, and even on Facebook, go ahead and get your mental health check. Because you never know what is, what can be done or what you can do or who's actually listening or watching, to you or with you. So go ahead and get that done. But other than that, I'll probably be back on Saturday. Probably not gonna do anything on Friday because I'll be at work Saturday morning at 8:00. It is still tournament time. Shout out to all the HBCUs that actually, that played. Shout out to Alabama State that basically did what they did against Auburn, and I still say fuck Auburn. It's my SEC coming out of me right there. Tomorrow, Penny Hardaway and the Memphis Tigers, the blue and the gray, we play against Colorado State. They're the 12 seed, the 5 seed. We should have been a 4 seed or a 3 seed. But we all know what's going to happen. We all know what's up with that. But we're going to kick their ass. We're going to the second round, kick whoever we're going to play next. We're gonna make it to the Final Four. Yes. And I got Memphis winning the whole thing. Ain't no shame on that game. So I'm just going to put it like that. And shout out to Langston. They had a Sweet 16 game against the College of Idaho. They lost today in Kansas City, 95 to 60 something, 69, something like that. But had a slow start. College of Idaho had a fast start, and Langston couldn't never recover. But shout out to them. Shout out to Langston's women's basketball team. They're headed to the Sweet 16 in the NCAA Tournament. And Norfolk by 30 tomorrow for the men and for the women. So that's all I got to say. But more importantly, get your mental health check. It works wonders. And I appreciate Troy for coming on the show last night.
Man, that was no problem. Real quick before I have to pray and get the Marlo. University of Maryland AD had probably, and it's a strong possibility now with everybody reporting this, Damon Evans is going to be the next athletic director at SMU. And for everybody, before I get to Marlo, for context, SMU plays in the ACC. Maryland is in the Big Ten. The budget for Maryland is at least $50 million a year. The budget for SMU, they deferred their media rights deal. I think they were deferred I don't think they get more than $10 million a year for their media rights deal. But SMU is a Texas school that got oil money. They can make this move. So that's a huge move. Shout out to Mr. Evans. You know what? This one's for you. Now I want everybody to say a prayer. Marlo, what you got for us this week?
You act like I be saying stuff. I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. We are definitely getting into another area of sports, being that, the first day of spring was today. Got baseball coming online. You're gonna have the UFL coming online. You got WNBA. It's a lot of good sports coming on, and if you're a sports junkie like myself, you excited about all of it. So I implore y'all to express your fandom. Just do it respectfully, unless I'm talking about that school in Daytona. And if you are talking about that school in Daytona, you absolutely need to just keep it a buck and tell them why they still. To ask the question for yourself, if your gym looks worse than a high school gym, why do you have a basketball team? If your football field got sand spurs and sand divots in it, they got a practice field right by the gym, and it is terrible. That is, but I digress. I am. Don't shoot that little motherfucker no more. I am going to not bash them for the next. I don't know. That moment passed. I changed my mind. Fuck them and everything they stand for, and it's Rattlers all day.
So how bad should we beat the Alley Cats this weekend?
Oh, I think shit. If y'all don't beat them by 10, it's a problem. I'm just saying.
Even though we got 6 players that's suspended.
So, next man up.
The freshmen gonna have some hot bats this weekend. That's all I got to say.
I'm just saying.
I just would like to let everybody know that all that cussing was going on. TPQ was on the camera.
I know they done heard a word or two before.
I want to thank everybody for coming out to a gathering of Old Men podcast. Like I said, and when I hear back from Miss Charity Phillips, I will let everybody know, where we stand. If we need to reschedule, that's completely okay. But if not, I understand. For everyone here at Fat Mouth Sports and the Gathering of Old Men podcast, special thanks to Doc Holliday. We are out.
And Charity.
I know Marlo